Hello, my name is Juan Luis Cepeda. I'm a general studies student. My general studies 4350 capstone project is racial disparity exacerbated by Texas cannabis laws. My project does a deep dive into the negative impact cannabis laws have had on minorities in Texas. The racial discrimination of minorities has been caused by decades of misinformation and stereotyping of cannabis, or as many know, marijuana. Cannabis has been mislabeled as a highly addictive drug that makes people violent, while drugs like alcohol and tobacco kills thousands every year. The usage of marijuana has been the same between Black and whites, although Black Texans are arrested 2 to 3 times more likely statewide. And in specific parts in East Texas, that number ranges anywhere from 4 to 34 times. The purpose of my project is to clear the false narratives and shed light on the racial discrimination minorities are held to when in possession of cannabis, and give students the truth about marijuana. I want to give Texas State students the right information to make their own decisions around this subject. My research included interviews with local advocates, criminal law attorneys, and the use of academic articles. My primary audience are the students of Texas State who are likely to be affected by this issue, as more than half of the student population is categorized as a minority. A significant number of Texans experience being stopped by a law enforcement for a routine traffic stop, but what happens during traffic stop is not universal for everyone. Based on the higher rate Black Texans are arrested is something that needs to be looked into. The FBI crime report shows that white Texans are arrested at a higher rate, but what they don't tell you is that the reason for that is because Hispanics and Latinos are lumped into the white race category and not counted as a separate race, which has artificially inflated the white arrest numbers. To help bring attention to this, I have developed a guidebook called Texas Cannabis to help clarify mistruths of cannabis, highlight the impact it's had on racial discrimination, and inform students about essential information that can be used if faced with this issue. It consists of 4 chapters that inform the reader over cannabis, its history, impact it's had on minorities, steps they can take to help the cannabis movement, Texas cannabis laws, and how to interact with law enforcement to keep students from self-incrimination. To construct this guidebook, I integrated my minors. For criminal justice, I used the transformative justice theory, which is a philosophical strategy that challenges the focus on punishment by examining the inequality of economic, social, and political systems that could cause the crime. For sociology, I use the labeling theory, which is an important approach of understanding why people commit deviant and criminal behavior, which is an action that is not in line with social norms, like cannabis, which is illegal and causes criminal behavior and stigmatizes stereotypes. For business administration, I used possession utility methodology, which is the amount of usefulness or value from owning a product like cannabis. In my guidebook, I explained the financial benefits cannabis can bring from legalization that could be used to reinvest into Texas communities that have been impacted by Texas cannabis laws. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents for their support through this project. Their open-mindedness on my research and findings was both encouraging and motivating. I'd also like to thank the professionals who guided me and helped me through my research, like Dr. Erica Nielsen, the criminal law attorneys, and local advocates. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.